Good morning from New Zealand. Hey everyone, hope you're having a splendid day today. So I thought I would come on because you know what? I really want to emphasize something for you all because I'm seeing a lot of posts recently whereby we're trying to encourage people not to bully, which is an absolutely superb thing we should all be doing. Bullies should not be tolerated. But what they're trying to tell you is that it is the bully or the person speaking to you that is making you feel the way that you're feeling. And I just want to remind you all, because for me, this is the biggest freedom, the biggest weight off my shoulders I have ever had, was to realize I create my thoughts. So if we think about it in this way, there are 5 things in the world guaranteed. There are circumstances, there are thoughts, there are feelings, there are actions and results. And if we think about the bully, or we think about your mother, or we think about your boss, or your partner, or your children, whatever it is, and we pop them into a circumstance. And so what is a circumstance? A circumstance is something that we can take into a court of law. It is a fact. There is no judgment and there is no opinion. So this is an orange cup. That's a fact. I'm not going to say this is a beautiful cup or this cup is too small, because they are judgments, they are opinions. And so if we take the example I use, so let's just use the bully because that's where everybody's at. And please don't get me wrong, bullying is wrong. I'm not trying to defend them. But if we take that as an example and they are trying to belittle you and make you feel small, they can't do that unless you choose to think it. Now that is a mind-blowing revelation, right? If they tell you that you can't do something, or you're too small, or you're too little, or you're too ugly, or you're too fat, or you're too whatever, think of that statement that they are making as a circumstance. Jack said, I am too fat. Now you have the choice to think about that. It's the way you interpret that circumstance that changes your world. So if you choose to take that on board and go, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm useless, I'm hopeless, and go into what I call a thought loop, just a spiral of negative thinking, which is actually you beating yourself up. So now who's the bully, right? Think about that. Who becomes the bully then? Not the guy telling you shit. You become your own bully because you're buying into what they're saying. You don't have to. And of course, this is not something that you can do overnight. This is not something that will come naturally easy. If you have spent 20 years building up a neural network in your brain, a little programming cycle that says to you, I am not good enough, I am too fat, I am too fit, whatever it is, and you decide to keep believing that, then anything that bully says, anything that your partner says, anything that your boss says, you will choose to take that circumstance, that fact, and turn it into an opinion or a judgment and direct it inward and feel shit. And if you're feeling shit, what is your action? Probably nothing much. What is your result? Definitely not the best life that you choose to lead. And that is why you have to start taking responsibility for the thoughts that you're creating inside your wonderfully talented, beautiful mind. Because only you can change your life. Only you have that power. Nobody else around you can. And you know what? People say to me, but Liz, that's stupid. But Liz, how can you do that? Trust me, this is how I changed my life. I was the most victim-y, the horriblest, nastiest, frustrated, angry, upset, horrific person. If anybody out there knows me, they can tell you that. But in the last while, I have completely changed because I now understand my circumstances, my thoughts, and that my thoughts then create my feelings, which create my actions, which create my results. That is why I'm here live on Facebook. People will be blown away who have known me for many years to see me out here publicly doing this type of work, right? I wouldn't even have my photo taken. And now here I am running my online business, coaching people and helping people transform their lives, because I know that's what I am here to do. Because I have had a full varied life, but a very self-inflicted, horrible life because of the way that I thought. And that's what I want to give you. That's what I want to teach you. You can't do it in a minute. You can't do it in an hour. And sometimes you can't do it on your own. I could not change this on my own. I needed support. I needed guidance. I needed help. I needed to speak to somebody to say to them, when this happened, this is how I felt. Then they reminded me to go back. Well, what were you thinking? And it's that, my friends, it's that step that mind-blowing, changes my life. Does that mean I'm not triggered by things? Triggered is when something happens and I revert back to my old programming. Of course I do, of course. You can't erase the past in a minute. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy. Does that mean that I do everything that I'm supposed to do? No, I'm still a procrastinator at heart. I'm still very lazy at heart. But does that mean that I don't beat myself up? I don't turn myself into my own bully? Absolutely. Doesn't mean I'm not a little bit disappointed that I'm still not 100% walking my walk and talking my talk. But what I do know is that I will be walking my walk and talking my talk because I am building to that. So I hope that gives you a little insight. I hope that you understand when you're reading posts about the fact that X made me feel Y, that no, X can't do anything to you. You can only do that to yourself. So if you're interested in learning more about this model that I use, if you're interested in hearing more about how it will work in your life, on May 27th, I'm going to be running a 3-day mini course to train you in this. So how that mini course will work is that you can register. I'll put the link below and you will be sent emails every day for 3 days. And then at night, if you're in California, well, no, yes, in California, 7 p.m. So 7 p.m. PST. Actually, stop that, confusing myself. 6 p.m. PST, I'll be in a Facebook group that you will join, not this one, a private one, so that only members who have joined to do the mini course will have access, and you will be able to ask me any questions on that day's activity, because what we will be learning to do is to truly understand a circumstance, a thought, a feeling, an action, and a result, and how your life can change and how you can move out of confusion, overwhelm, despondency, lethargy into clarity. You can figure out, why am I confused? How can I become clear? So that is what we will be doing starting May 27th. If you want to come along, it is a free course. It just gives you an introduction into the work that I do. And then later that day, we will have a live to discuss it. Then please register and please come along. I will be so delighted to help you see that. But in the meantime, just go through the day with a little more awareness about what you're thinking, because that's what you're in control of, and that makes all the difference in the world. And for all you people rolling your eyes at me and going, yeah, whatever, roll it back a second. What happens when you daydream about winning the lottery? Because I know some of you do. I don't buy lotto tickets, but even I now and again have these daydreams about, oh, what if I just got $15 million overnight into my bank account? What would I spend that money on? And for a short while there, I am elated, I am happy, I am free, I am unburdened, I can dream. That's the power of thinking, and that's why it's so important. Alrighty, I hope you all have a splendid day, evening, whatever time zone you're in. It's always a bit confusing. And I will talk to you all again soon. And please, if you really would like to understand confusion, understand how you've created it, and understand how to get out of it and get to some clarity, join my mini course. It's free. What have you got to lose? And yes, of course, I'm going to be selling you something at the end of the mini course. I want you to come coach with me. However, you don't have to. It's your choice. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.